To be honest, I don't know exactly, I can't pinpoint what drives me. I think it's a lack of contentment. By constantly pushing myself out of my comfort zone, someday I might find that and what that answer is. So the buzz of the start with the TV crews and the people that's come to support is phenomenal. I've got great people around me, like-minded people, positive people, and there's a lot of energy.
Guys, can we use that post as a start line for you guys?
Absolutely, of course. Stand by, go! I choose to push myself physically and mentally, generally by a physical event, but I know it's going to be the mental fortitude that enables me to adapt and overcome that. So it's picking things that I've never done before, and then I adapt into that event. So by doing that challenges me and pushes me.
So my original plan was to do 8-hour marathons, but now I'm thinking with that pace we're looking at 7-hour marathons, because it's quite comfortable. I'm just going to listen to the body and then just go from there. You know, it's a long, slow endurance event, not a speed race.
I do these events for the challenge and to push myself, but the fallout of these is raising money for charity, which quickly becomes the main effort and the challenge becomes second. So the charity, HABC, was set up in the UK by 3 mums with children that are suffering from the world's rarest brain disease, and I wanted to help them somehow.
Today I met Aggie. Aggie's a 12-year-old girl that lives with the world's rarest brain disease.
We went for the MRI scan, and that's when Rich and I were sort of given the devastating news that something had shown up and there was white matter on the brain.
When it was almost, there was a chill in the room as she brought out the X-ray and began to try to describe to us the kind of menace of what white matter was.
By us setting up the charity and raising money and supporting, you know, the lab in Philadelphia, and you just feel like you're doing something, which is an empowering feeling after feeling so, you know, like useless, because it was such a sort of dark sort of stage, because yeah, it was. Which is weird, because actually she wasn't that bad then, and you sort of regret looking back, sort of thinking, should have just enjoyed those times instead of worrying about where we are now, basically. She's never asked, why can I now not walk, or why can I now not do this, or she just has a sort of permanent smile. She just always lights up a room.
The way I was lucky enough to meet Darren was he reached out to me, and I began to learn a little bit about Darren's background as well. And you know, he has had the most extraordinary life. He's packed sort of five lives into one lifespan, and well, I thought I was adventurous, but clearly not compared to him. But you know, what I think is I write about mindset for a living, and I work with, you know, quite a lot of well-known sort of athletes, and I've never come across a mindset quite like Darren's. And what's different about it is he doesn't say to himself, well, I could try that, but this might happen, and yeah, maybe that's not such a good idea. He just says, why not? I can do that. And sort of bravely goes into it without overthinking it. To have people like that that are prepared to put themselves out for you is you know, pretty magical, and we were very touched.
It's all about making it hard, isn't it? And I've made it very hard. Yeah, it's just making sure I get the mileage in smart now, towards the end.
Just going to take 300 metres to the feet to get going.
I just something there. We do it when I come back.
Discipline to me is the underpinning trait that is the success for anything that I do. It overrides the driven mindset, it overrides motivation. So discipline for me is the pathway to success.
How was last night?
It was a bit emotional at some points. Had to dig deep. Had two 20-minute kips. So, but it was getting off that 20-minute kip and then back into a rhythm was like the hardest thing.
Last push, mate. How are you feeling?
Feet are just in clip. I'll keep saying it, but they're in turbo. So 50k to go. Oh my god, it's getting cold. I know the weather's getting cold for tonight.
I don't believe that everything that I do has the maximum impact it could. I always believe I could do more. So I'm always criticizing myself in a way that, to me, I'm sort of removing emotion. Being inside my head is, and this has been described to me by a doctor before, is 100 miles per hour. You know, it's exhausting living this lifestyle.
People talk about this fear of failure. If you have a decision and make a quick execution before, for me, you don't have time to think about the fear factor to settle in. So, I mean, it's just, I think a key message takeaway is if you're thinking about something, the thought process is already there, so you might as well go and do it. No, that's the first part. There's my little dog right there, Georgia.
Oh my goodness, we are utterly speechless. I mean, just blown away. He's created so much awareness. We've had donations and messages from all over the world, people saying, you know, I had no idea about this devastating disease. So yeah, I mean, he is a superhero. If we could just keep this momentum going, that would be amazing. People have actually come forward saying, wow, what else? What can I do? I can't do 5 marathons, but I could maybe do a cake sale. I mean, anything. Anything.
On reflection of the event, there's always room for improvement. Yeah, there's always unfinished business of what I'm doing.